This content is the property of Put It Out There TV, also known as PIOT TV, a property of the House of Yasha Allah El Trust. If you are viewing and or listening to this content on a non-PIOT TV branded platform, then we kindly ask that you stop and flag this content for copyright infringement. Thank you.
Peace and love, everybody. This is your brother JudahSon for Put It Out There TV, also known as PIOT TV. Hashtag Put It Out There. You already know what it is. And today, or tonight, I should say, or this morning, we have a, how do we want to put this? Chief Executive Officer, artist, producer, master of many crafts. We have KazaQya, also known as Crazy Metaphors from KataStrofik Music Productions. What's going on with you, brother? How everything's doing? How everything's going?
Peace, shalom, shalom, and great, man. And thank you for the great introduction. You know what I'm saying? Many of those words describe yourself. You know what I mean? The great and triumphant brother that you are yourself. So I'm honored to be on your show today. Thank you.
Definitely. I appreciate it. So, I see you've been real busy. Kind of did a hiatus on everybody. Popped back up with the music production company, music label, Enterprise. Actually, let's not belittle it. Enterprise. So where did the inspiration for that come from? What made you just kind of get in a lab and build yourself a empire?
Well, before I start, this is not a children audience or whatever. I'm okay to smoke and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, we all good.
You know what I mean? I'm smoking.
Yes, indeed.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh yeah. I was saying I was about to spark up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's is your radio station okay with that?
Oh no, we all good. There ain't no censorship over here.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure for the audience's sake and everything like that. But so more or less, yeah, KataStrofik Music Productions. It's funny how it started. I was inspired by you and one of our friends from past, Henry Lynch, with the program Audio Evolution.
Right.
I don't know if you remember that program or not, but I remember you had hit me to Audio Evolutions, and it was a recording program where you can, basically have like a studio on your phone and try to get, the quality and everything together. And I had started prior to that, probably about the end of 2018, around like October, around this time, I had got these programs to make beats and stuff, and so I was making beats originally. And I went all of 2019 because I had moved. I left Ohio and I moved down to Tennessee, and I was just doing beats. I didn't have no home studio. I didn't have no homeboys or nothing like that. So the only thing I had was the program, Audio Evolution, and the beats that I was making. So I spent more 2019 molding my beats and just building a whole catalog of those. And so I had originally was like, I wanted to push my old concept of a label, Foreign Sounds. I wanted to push that label still, so I was just like, maybe I can go ahead and start making mixtapes, through my phone, and I'll be the first, person to just drop a mixtape off of his phone for recording and stuff like that, just being creative.
Right.
So it was just a lot of mix up going on in between there, you know what I'm saying, with trying to be able to record and have quality, stuff like that.
Right.
But then, more or less after that, I came back home to Ohio, and that's when I just had it down packed. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and initially do this. I was working for a Fortune 500 company, and I was like, I believe in myself. I know I'm capable of doing this. Just to make the right moves and be patient, that it all fall into place, and that's what it actually did. It's taken about 8 months to get everything going, but you see it out here now today. projects is coming out. I'll talk to you about that, later on. But yeah, more or less to answer the question, I went ahead and invested. I sold my only vehicle that I had, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna invest in this label, and I'm gonna just go ahead and see what it started doing. And I got my copyrights, my LLCs, and I studied Master P, Nipsey Hussle, just a lot of the artists who was doing their own independent things, and even Prince. I just watched a lot and studied a lot of those things, and I just gradually, took notes, and here you have it today, KazaQya and KataStrofik Music Productions, LLC.
That's what's up. And for any artist or aspiring artist out there, that is definitely a lesson to be learned. You hear he said that he studied, so the brother's got his business together. A lot of people get in this business and they don't have their business together. We were saying earlier this evening, next thing you know, they on VH1 with a Behind the Music episode.
Absolutely. That's the truth, though. That's the truth.
So don't be like them, y'all.
Watching some of these cats. I was watching one, and cat was talking about how all his contracts and his rights and stuff that didn't belong to him, everything like that. And I'm like, we come from a small city, but we come from a talented city. And I'm like, if any of us was gonna be on, I'm like, it's gonna be hard for somebody to put the next person on, because they have to sell so much of themselves and get so much of themselves away. And so, I'm like, as many talented friends that I got, why don't I just go ahead and take a step, and I'm taking the leap, and I'm taking a step out there. But it's for a greater purpose, the whole music company and the production LLC is for a greater purpose.
Indeed.
Yeah,
and you said
artists, like you said, they need to take the steps to study, because I did a lot of studying, and it was not easy at all.
Indeed. And anything that's worth it ain't gonna be easy at all. So you mentioned that you were from a small city. Tell everybody where you're from.
I am from Elyria, Ohio. It's in Northeast Ohio. Pretty much, a few hours away from major cities like Detroit and Columbus, but it's probably about 25 minutes west of Cleveland. So you can get there. It had its beautiful moments. It gave me a lot of memories. A lot of my friends are there, brothers like yourself who have became brothers to me, through relationships and bonding and building, and even our hard times and stuff, we became brothers and family. So it's a small city, but we have had some opportunities. We got people who been to the Olympics from there. People who are invested in business and in themselves. So it's a place where we might be pile up on top of each other, but if we all take time and work on the visions, we can all start making it a little bit better and bigger of a place.
Indeed. Yes, indeed. Elyria, Ohio. Yes. So, as I mentioned before, you were going under the stage name Crazy Metaphor. So we see you going under KazaQya. Of course, that's a Moorish Hebrew name. So why did you change from Crazy Metaphors to KazaQya?
That's a good question. Because I had someone ask me that the other day, and what it is I still have the alias Crazy Metaphors and Foreign Sounds. That is more or less the beat company now. So in my mode of making beats, I use that as my my character for my beat name, or like my DJ name. Crazy Metaphor still makes the beats, and Foreign Sounds is the company that is part with KataStrofik Music Productions, but that's where I make my beats, and that's the company Mindframe. So that way I can keep that name alive. Just didn't want to depart or throw the whole name away.
Right.
When I switched and started using KazaQya, you know, I went through a lot of studying